Hey guys, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining me. I am currently sitting at 4-0 in this friendly modern league. The first round was against Red-Green Scapeshift with Chalice of the Void in the main deck. That was pretty easy, that matchup. Next one was Suicide Zoo. I was closer, but still not that challenging. The third round was one of the most epic games or matches of Magic that I've ever played against Green-White Tron. Definitely recommend you guys watch that one if you haven't already. The last round, I was against Grixis Delver, and I'm just getting ready to find an opponent for round 5. This is the second time I've gone 4-0, and I'd really love to go 5-0. I haven't done it yet since joining Magic Online, like maybe, I guess it's almost 3 weeks now. I see all these guys have undefeated trophies. I'm currently sitting at 0 trophies. I would love to have one of those trophies. I don't think the trophies actually get you anything, but I'm currently sitting at 4 treasure chests for the 4 wins, but if I win this one, I get 8 treasure chests, which should be around $30 worth of product. So this match effectively for 4 treasure chests, about $15 in product. High stakes Magic. Alright, found an opponent. Let's hope we win the die roll. I did not win the die roll. Opponent won the die roll, but I got a super solid hand. And I'm on the draw, so I have a chance of drawing AEther Vial. Opponent's thinking about whether he wants to mulligan. He kept, and I'm definitely keeping. So, this looks something like a turn 4 win. Yeah, it is turn 4 with no interaction. Actually, no, I'm sorry. We need a Cursecatcher for that, I think. Yeah, turn 3, I'm only swinging for 3. So, okay. Is this like Bant Nightfall or something? Well, there's that Cursecatcher. So, we've got Island Walk access. So this is definitely turn 4 material. But we are on the draw. We do have a Cursecatcher to prevent like Court of Calling or Collected Company from resolving. Cavern. What is Cavern naming? Oh, Eldrazi. Alright, so it's an Eldrazi deck with birds. So we're typically pretty good against Eldrazi. I've actually had pretty bad luck against them on MTGO. Let's hope we can turn that around now. He's still only got access to 3 mana this turn, so no Thought-Knot Seer yet. Probably feels pretty bad about playing out that breeding pool so soon. Sky Spawner is going to ramp him a little bit, but we're going to have Island Walk. We're trying to cruise to this turn 4 win here. We've got a Vapor Snag. These are great draws against this deck. Okay. Play a Lord, and we'll go to attacks. Be very careful. Don't click through it by mistake. Island Walk online already, and we're winning the race. Opponent's going to have access to at least 4 mana this turn. But if he plays... Okay, so now 6. That's a little bit harsher. There's 5 mana. Reality Smasher is tough. That is tough, but our clock is still faster, I think. Swinging for 7. AEther Vial is a card that we can pitch if we wanted to bounce this Reality Smasher. I think we have to play our Island Walk Lord because I'm not willing to let him chump here. If we play the Island Walk Lord, we're swinging for 6. He goes down to 9, and then next turn we have 9 without even having our Reejerey. So... Alright, go Merfolk. Attack. Very carefully. And I can play out this AEther Vial, because why not? Could represent Dismember, but the opponent's on the back foot. He sees I have 9 power on the board. So, I'm going. Actually, I should I keep the Aether Vial to try to bounce something? I could pitch the Aether Vial to Vapor Snag next turn if necessary. Probably not going to be necessary. But the Aether Vial does nothing for me here, I think. I could always pitch the Master of Waves, right? I mean, this is a really tight game. I think that's it. I'm going to keep the Aether Vial in hand. So if ever there was a time when I would love to see a turn 4 Merfolk hand it's round 5 when I'm 4-0 against a turn 3 Reality Smasher. This guy's been ahead of the curve all game. Turn 2 Sky Spawner, turn 3 Reality Smasher. Really, this breeding pool is doing him in right now. Seems to be thinking very carefully. Sacking the Scion. Dismembering a Lord is a little bit rough, but he does go down to 7 to do so. I still got 7 with Island Walk here. Can't counter it, that's for sure. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't. We don't have 7. Is this going to be a Thought Knot? This is really powerful stuff. Really, really powerful stuff. You can look at my hand, take what he wants. Probably going to take the Vapor Snag, I would think. How did he have the Dismember on top of all of this other stuff? That's just wild. Another Island Walk Lord off the top gets us there. No, it doesn't. It's just 6. Just 6. So it doesn't get us there. He's thinking very carefully here. I'm kind of feeling like I could have played out the Aether Vial last turn, but we might want to bounce this guy. He took the Vapor Snag, so we can't really do that now. Okay, I've got no plays, so we'll pass. Alright, cracking for 7. Wow. We drew a land. We can play out our Master of Waves, get a bunch of bodies to throw in front of the Reality Smasher. Hope he doesn't have another Dismember in hand, although... So we've got Island Walk here. We can't attack with this guy. If we cast Master of Waves, we're getting 4 tokens to absorb some damage with. And potentially attack with. I think it's pretty much the only play, right? Because if I play out Reejerey, all my guys are 3/3s, still only swinging for 3, and I've got 2 3/3s blocking 2 in the air, going down to 4. Have to double block to try to kill this guy. I think we've just got to hope that his amazing cards have dried up. Okay, we're going to go to combat, swing with the catcher, Island Walk, and that's about it. So we've got to group hug this Reality Smasher now. Wow, this is really intense. I mean, I don't even think he played a land last turn, which means he's certainly got options in his hand. He knows about both of these cards. Didn't know about the island before I played it, but he's got full information now about my hand. All right. Let's go to attacks. What's happening? All right. So we've got to block. Let's see if we go to blocks now. Block. We've got to block something on the Thought Knot. So I think I might put one of these elementals over here, 3 of them on here preventing 3 damage. I don't think this deck plays mutagenic growth or anything like that. If we put 3 on this guy, we would kill him, and in the process of doing so, prevent 3 damage, take 2 damage over the top, putting us at 2. I think this is how I want to block, guys. I'm going to say okay. Alright, it went down to 2. No lightning bolts. Alright, yes. One win away. Let's go to sideboarding. We don't really have a lot of sideboarding to do against Eldrazi. We just have to hope that we're good enough with the next 2 games, one of them being on the play, to get there. I do bring in Kira in this matchup because we can block that Sky Spawner if it becomes absolutely necessary, but much more important, we protect against... I think this might just be a Bant Eldrazi list. It might not be... I'm sorry, it might just be a Simic. It might just be green-blue. We didn't see white mana that game. It's becoming popular. I think Pascal Maynard is doing, trying out Simic, just plain old green-blue Eldrazi, in which case they don't have Path to Exile, but they do have Drowner of Hope, and Kira's great against that. So Cursecatcher's not amazing in this matchup. He did get in a lot of damage that turn with Island Walk, but I think I'm just going to bring in 1 Kira and cut a Cursecatcher. We can tap down a Birds of Paradise with a Tidebinder, but I don't think we have a lot of bad cards that we want to cut in this matchup. Please excuse the hiss in the background. The heat in my building just turned on. We've got 2 minutes. Let's chill out for a bit. Those pretty powerful hands from both of us. That was exciting magic. Spreading Seas is good to ensure Island Walk, to potentially cut them off of access to Colorless, to take them off of Eldrazi Temple. It's a little slow on the play. I'm sorry, on the draw. I could bring it... Tidebinder Mage... We only saw a Birds, really. I think this will be good for this game, and we'll see how it goes. It's possible I might want to bring in Tidebinder Mages, but I don't think so. I think the deck is pretty solid. All the bounce spells are good. Yeah. We'll submit. Pretty quick match, all in all. Not even 4.5 minutes off the clock. This is tricky. On the draw, lots of card draw. This guy is excellent against Reality Smasher. We don't have that blue source, though. We have it enough to cast Silvergill Adept. Opponent's deciding, and we've got to decide soon. We're going to have 2 chances to draw into a blue source. We've got a lot of them in the deck. Cavern doesn't count here. So, -4, -1, 8, +4 is 12, 14. I think we've got 14 live draws to turn this on. And being on the draw, you know, the chances, the odds are pretty decent, especially with the redraw from Silvergill Adept. It's rough because it's unlikely we're going to cruise to mana for Master of Waves, but we could always top deck like an AEther Vial too. This is a tough call. I don't want to drop a game just for keeping too brash of a hand. But I'm gonna try it, guys. I like my chances. Okay, we didn't get there yet. Merfolk, and we'll pass the turn. We just did draw a nice piece of Gas. Even Mutavault this turn would be nice. Okay. This game's not really starting off too great here. Come on. Oh, we drew a Reejerey. Got too greedy, guys. Gonna pitch Master of Waves. Well, that's certainly unfortunate. Opponent's going to have Thought Knot here, I guess. It's a lot of power. Gets to take whatever he wants. We are super far behind at this point. I thought maybe because he was also taking a long time thinking on his hand that we wouldn't have too much pressure. But we did whiff twice on lands. Anything would have been good enough for Silvergill. If I was him, I would take the Silvergill right here. We've got the tools to claw back into this, I think, if we draw a blue source. Exactly on the next draw step. Depending, of course, on what the opponent's holding. He's thinking really hard about this. We don't have Island Walk right now, but we do have Spreading Seas. He took Harbinger. Okay, he wants to start applying some pressure. That's fair. Come on. I think I might have to scoop it up, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going for my first 5-0, and I'm being a little bit reckless. I should have taken a mulligan. This was not a time to be overly aggressive on keeping, and I feel bad now. Aether Vial. I think we're dead no matter what, because Aether Vial, swing for 7, go down to 3, and then I can only block his big guy even if I draw land. So, yeah, we're going to scoop, guys. I'm really sorry about that. I'm apologizing as much to myself as I am to you here. A little bit pathetic, actually. So I do feel fine leaving the Tidebinders out. I've run this this plan before. I'm gonna play first, and this is a really great hand. So I'm going to keep. It needs just like an Island Walk Lord to make it. Let's hope the opponent kept. So. Might have an uphill battle here. But it's going to be a fight, at least. Oh, there's Island Walk. Ramping the mana. Yield to this thing and then say yes. Silvergill is an excellent draw. Merfolk. And I'm just going to reveal a Cursecatcher. Don't want to reveal the Harbinger, even though he might have a turn 2 Thought Knot anyway. And just take the Harbinger. Might also take the Cure depending on what he has in his hand. Let's yield to this. Master of Waves is gas. Okay. I mean, things are going really well. It would be excellent to draw a blue source next turn. Hope to dodge the turn 2 Thought Knots here. This deck can be so broken. Ancient Stirrings with mana to pay for it, so sure. No Eldrazi Temple. Well, of course, right? Why not? And he's got a 3-drop, right? So, okay. I've got a lot of live draws next turn. I can hit an Island Walk Lord. I can hit that. That's pretty sexy. Somebody online was saying the other day that Kira is not great in this matchup, but I beg to differ. Drowner of Hope is really strong against us. Do I want to bounce this Hierarch right now while I've got the opportunity to do so, or do I want to sit back and wait for Matter Reshaper, or potentially like a Smasher next turn? Now, but the thing is, what happens sometimes when I do this is he's going to play another land, and then he'll play a Thought Knot, and I won't have a tapped creature to bounce with Harbinger. So I think I want to get the value out of the Harbinger while I've got the opportunity. The opponent did Ancient Stirrings before making a land drop, so it's possible he's short on land, in which case bouncing the Hierarch is actually decent. Okay, so I think I have to take a little bit of a risk. Yeah. I'm gonna wait, because he can have big stuff next turn. And I just expect him to tap something next turn that I can bounce with Harbinger. If he plays out the Thought Knot, I'm gonna let him take his pick here. He'll probably, I have to imagine he'll take the Master of Waves. With Kira on the board, we really want to draw an Island Walk Lord. It's another Ancient Stirrings. We can't counter it, so hoping to dodge another Eldrazi Temple, I think. He's thinking a lot about his choices here. Reality Smasher? Okay, well, if he plays that guy this turn, that would be pretty sick. Well, he doesn't have the mana for it. Are we going to Thought Knot? That's gross. So, well, if we bounce this, then he doesn't have mana for Thought Knot, unless he has another land. So, we bounce, and then he's going to take Master, but if we don't... I think I just bounce the Hierarch here. Let him take the Master anyway. Master's going to bring a lot of tokens, though. Do I want to give the opponent the choice here? I think I want to develop my board, and I have an opportunity to do that with AEther Vial. So I think I'm just going to do it now. We get a little bit of value bouncing the Hierarch. He could take the Master anyway if he wants to. Come Alright, so now it's going to resolve. We've still got Vapor Snags and Echoing Truth in the deck. We can draw a card off of bouncing this guy. We've got some flying damage here. Are we blocking this Matter Reshaper? Probably not, right? If he attacks. Yeah, we're not going to block that guy. Nope. Not now, at least. We know he has... So we're going to say no to this. Vapor Snag is sick. Lets me get an attack in. Gives me another chance to draw like an Island Walk Lord. Come on, Island Walk Lord. Harbinger, so good. I love it. Alright, we go to attacks. I believe this is 7. Now we're going to leave AEther Vial on 2 with an empty hand because we can draw into Silvergill and we want to be able to get it onto the board. So if he doesn't have a land, that's extra awesome because he can't even cast the Reality Smasher right now, and I have no cards in hand for Thought-Knot Seer. Vapor Snag into Harbinger was an awesome run of cards there. Let's take a deep breath. Opponent on 8 cards. I'm on 0 cards. Got exact lethal on the board. I like how long the opponent is taking here. We've still got 8 Island Walk Lords in the deck. If he plays out 1 creature, like a Thought-Knot, and I draw, say, a Reejerey, he can block 1 3 toughness guy, but he's going to take 2 in the air, go to 8, and then take 3 3 2 and 2. So what's happening? All right, and I guess another blocker with the Hierarch. So he didn't have that land, so bouncing the Hierarch was a good call with Harbinger, I think. Although he could just be slow rolling his land. I really, really want to see an Island Walk Lord right now. I don't ask too much, I don't think. Come on. Where's the general? Don't use it. Land. So if we lean here, right? He's not going to block with the Hierarch. He's going to block one of our guys, get another card from Matter Reshaper. He doesn't have a lot of resources, right? I think we just have to attack. Kira's going to live. I'm happy to let him draw an extra card here. We still have another chance to draw an Island Walk Lord. If we attack now, he can't block this. If he does block one of these 2s, he's going to take 2, 2, 2, and then 2. That's 8. And then Kira gets the job done in the air next turn. So let's go to combat. Very carefully pass here. Okay, so as I said, I think he's going to take 8. Drew an Eldrazi Temple. He's going to be able to play some cards, but if he can't deal with Kira, I might as well play out this land. I mean, why would I? Doesn't really matter. I'm going to keep it in hand. I've got 2 Cursecatchers if there's some instants or sorceries involved. But he's at 2 and we're at 17, and he's got a Noble Hierarch on the board. I mean, he's got Engineered Explosives probably in the deck, but doesn't have access to 3 colors. Oh, he does. He's got white, blue, and green, and enough to pop it at the same time if he wants to kill Kira. But if he does that, then he dies to the rest of my creatures. So we don't know what the opponent's holding, but odds are he's got something in his hand that Kira is shutting down. And Kira, as a resilient threat in the air, is pretty much leading the charge right now, leading the army. Ancient Stirrings. Do I sack both Cursecatchers and just make him pay? He would have to tap down a bunch of stuff, and I still have Kira in the air. I think we might want to do this. We know he has an Eldrazi Temple in hand. And I don't care about a single Reality Smasher or something like that. He could have 2 Dismembers or something for Kira, and I don't... What could he draw here that I would care about? I'm going to let this resolve. I want to keep my army as broad as possible to get in the last 2 points of damage. Because Eldrazi Temple doesn't make 2 mana when you're paying for Cursecatcher. He would either have to tap down his 2 color mana. Did he? Oh, you can see that we went 5-0. Yes. So this is the first time I've done this. Very exciting. I got my entry back with the 80 play points, and I got 8 treasure chests, which is super great. It almost doubles what I had previously as far as if we go to my collection. And check this out. I have about 40 event tickets accrued so far since my initial buy-in. And this is going to add about another 30 to them. So I think I'll just go ahead right now to the trade and let's find Goat. I use Goatbot. So let's see Goatbot boosters and see. They're trading at about just under 4, which seems fine to me. I'm going to add these to my active trade binder. Add all to active trade binder. Go back to trading. Go to Goatbot boosters and trade. And it takes a second for it to load up my treasure chests. We want to see their other products. And it's asking me to take, let's see, 1.8 times treasure chest. What is it saying? Please take 31 tickets. I'm going to be storing 0.89. I had a little bit left over, 0.4 from a previous transaction. So we can add 10 to the trade, add 10 to the trade, add 10 more to the trade, and add 1 more ticket. Very cool. So I'm going to hit submit, and I'm getting $31 basically, magic bucks, for 8 treasure chests. So it was a great tournament for me. Confirm the trade. Should say I have new product. And let's go ahead and look at that new grand total over here. All right, 71. Feeling great about this. I'm well on my way to sort of going infinite. Let's check out, I want to see one more thing. In my account, in the game history, I quite haven't cracked 1700 yet. I thought I might get there. You start at 1600 and you get a couple points like for each match that you win, I think. But I'm getting there. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts about that last round against, I think it was Bant Eldrazi, actually. We didn't see any white cards at all. And I will see you in the next league. Thanks again. Bye-bye.